Shalom. This is Apostle Bernard Bolton, Watchman on Walls, Fort Mill, South Carolina, and I'm the author of Why I Left. In January of 2016, I was counting the days of transition. Me and my family was crossing over, and we was leaving behind one way of life to embrace and capture a new way of life. I watched those days as the Lord was our guide and our shepherd. The path that he was calling me, my wife, and son to was a path of righteousness that would honor his name. Wow, we had no idea how hard and how treacherous the path would be, how disappointing this path would be. But thankfully, the Lord never tells us everything that happens on the path. He called us to it, and we said yes. We went forward on the promise of his grace, being made perfect in our weakness, and his supply in heaven, providing all our needs. And though it's been very difficult at times, the Lord has been faithful to do that. We went forward knowing that a major part of our transition would be telling the story of our last years in the church we had been in all of our lives, all three of us. My wife grew up in this church, came to know the Lord in the church. So did I at the age of 8, and so did my son. He and I ministered together at the last church, I as the pastor and him as an associate minister. So when the Lord says that this was the season for me to tell that story, knowing that the timing of the Lord is essential to prophetic writing, I obeyed and set out to write this story. I wrote it over a period of 14 days, and last week, at the end of August, it was released on Amazon. And so this is the book, Why I Left the Traditional Denominational Church. It is a declaration of the Lord stretching me and my family beyond the familiar. It is a story of death to the old and life in the new. It is a story of endings and a story of beginning. I hope you'll get a copy and share my story of faith and courage with the world. This is Apostle Bernard Bolton. Shalom.